Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update for everything that's happening in the Rocket Fuel community. So, it's been a really interesting 24 hours or so. Basically, right as I was ending the recording of the video yesterday, I think some of you might have heard my Discord notifications going beep, 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 beep. Well, basically, that was the start of some amazing stuff that I'll be sharing with you in today's Rocket Fuel. But before we do that, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday, Rocket Pool reached being a top 100 token. I think it was number 98 when I recorded. It was helped by some mini whales coming in. Ken explained how we should be higher in the rankings. Smoothing Pool had 50% of all nodes in it. Jasper had a great Twitter thread about liquidity incentives. David Hoffman popped by trading, gave some advice. The team discovers a problem with the Merkle tree generation. I don't know if I covered that or not. It was in my links of things to cover. I don't think I covered that. Nimbus missed proposals, which was causing headaches for Joe. And there was a meme about rETH versus RPL. Yeah, the Nimbus, the Merkle tree thing I had to remove from my thing. There shouldn't be a problem, nothing to worry about. Okay, so let's get started with today's stuff. The main thing that we have right here is a post from Langers, and he said, I met with Sam and Robert from Chainlink this morning. They want to proceed with a calculated feed offering for rETH, and as the market data firms up, they will incorporate that data into the feed. Initially, will be a calculated feed from the Rocket Pool rETH exchange rate. What protocols are interested in using the Chainlink feed? We need to move forward with their details to Chainlink so they know we have some prerequisite demand. Now, I don't know if I've explained this enough to you before, but getting a Chainlink integration is absolutely monumental. It is the key that unlocks access to a huge amount of DeFi integrations and providing like liquidity sources. So then we start getting some replies from this governance thread where Maso said, Aave, Nexus Mutual as an potential institutional rETH holder, they need a reliable price feed, interest protocol, index co-op, compound, which is a rumour, gravity protocol. Also, Maso goes on to say, it's my understanding that any centralized exchange listing and Chainlink would mutually benefit each other. Details went over my head a bit, but market makers had a more reliable way of providing liquidity to the broader market. That's central exchange and decentralized exchange. And then Jasper came in and said Frax, and then talked to Euler Finance, and they recently adopted Chainlink feeds. So, and then Maso says he's talking to Defiant tomorrow, which is today. I'll mention this so we can get some media coverage. So really big things are happening. This is one of those things that the community's been waiting for quite a while, and it really pushes up to the next level. And he says, Langus System Maso, tell them about the Defiant articles. He has a heads up on co-marketing, and then there we went. So there's more information there about other things, people that they can reach out to, telling them now we're getting this piece of information. Would you be interested in using it for your users? It's really exciting. Okay, so it made sense to lead with that because it's just really huge news, even more than the prices, even more than everything. It's just tremendous stuff. So now let's see what we have next. Like I said yesterday, Joe was talking about Nimbus issues. So there was a required update for Nimbus, which meant that he released a Smatnode Stack version 1.6.3. So it has a few small bug fixes, high priority client updates. So the main changes are that MEV Boost has gone in there with relays already, and it has the Flashbots relay, which is OFAC censoring. It's a blocks through ethical relay, which prevents sandwich attacks and things like that, or some kinds of MEV extraction. It has max profit, which just allows everything, and it has regulated, which is prevents OFAC restricted addresses and contracts. So those are the four. You don't have to pick and choose. You can turn on as many of them as you want, and initially you don't have to turn on any of them if you don't want. Eventually you will have to turn them on, however. Now what this means is, like, if you are in the US, then you can make a choice about how you want to deal with the OFAC stuff. Now, there's other stuff there that's going on as well, but I'll leave it for you to read, and the link is in the description. Next, we have an amazing development about Coin Gecko. Here we have Rocket Pool as number 81 in the protocol. No, we haven't had another pump overnight. Yes, the price has held up very well overnight. However, what happened is, I mentioned yesterday that Ken had a different way of calculating the total market cap. The Bossy did a really wonderful job, and so did Maverick and Langers. But Bossy reached out to everyone he could find who worked at CoinGecko on LinkedIn, and messaged them all telling them that there's an issue with the way they're calculating the market cap. Please fix it. And someone got back to them and they fixed it today, which is really, really great. So we've jumped up like nearly 20 places since yesterday, over 20 places since yesterday, which is fantastic. We are now stuck between Neutrino USD, which I guess is a stable coin that's not stable, at 91 cents. PancakeSwap, which I believe is on Binance Smart Chain, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a Uniswap fork. And then of course there's Rocket Pool, the protocol we all know and love. And then there's Radix, I have no idea what that is. And then there's Thorchain, which I've heard a lot about, and I'm happy that we're above that. So yeah, and then there's Helium, which is dying slowly. Sorry, Helium. Raven Coin, which got a huge pump. But anyway, this is not talking about prices, just to let us know what our competition is at the moment. But we're moving on up. I think within the next maybe, I don't know, I'm not making predictions, but hopefully we'll be moving up into the top 50 and eventually into the top 20. So that's really great to see. Next, okay, so why did we pump so much over the course of the day? Well, just as I was recording, we were already moving into the top 100, but by the time my recording finished and the events of the afternoon ongoing, we had some really, really big buys coming in. So we have a new all-time high on the RPL ratio with ETH, which is 0.01940. The price is actually higher right now than it was there, but the ratio has gone down a little bit, but we're still in a very, very strong situation. Oh, and there's a new message. Let's read that and see what it says. Oh, it's a sell. What a shame. But yeah, we're flirting around that 0.1019 mark. So it's really nice that we're there. The price has held up very, very strongly. Look, like you can see, even with that sell, we're actually higher than we were yesterday during the peak of the pump. So fantastic. Next, we have this area called Chit Chat, which is a room that has been added underneath. Like if you can see on the left trading bar, there's trading, and then there's memes, random, and then we have audio stage and Chit Chat. So Chit Chat is a new informal talking space on the Discord, where people can just drop in and start chatting. Like, here's me, wackwackattack.eth. That's me on Twitter as well. And then there's Nick S. If I want to join, I can start talking to Nick. But yesterday the team and a bunch of people kind of joined and talked about Dave's ODAO restructuring post, and it was quite a serious discussion about where we see the community and the team fitting together, and trying to find some ways to make that as harmonious as possible, while also making sure power is checked and balanced. It was quite David Hoffman from Bankless took part in that as well. So he was around for a while and took part in that and shared some of his ideas and comments. But there was a lot of talk about basically, it wasn't recorded. There's no record of it. So it was, people kind of talked a little bit more freely, I guess. But the idea is that in the long term, the PDAO will kind of go away. There won't be a need for it anymore once the protocol is ossified. The ODAO will hopefully go away once the protocol is ossified, and there won't be any need for that kind of governance happening anymore. It'll just be able to take care of itself because the protocol will be so solid. However, I guess the community and myself, we all kind of think we're nowhere near that point. So it just makes a lot of sense for there to be that PDAO that can really kind of steer the needs and the wants of the community and kind of push it forward. So I made those points in the Chit Chat yesterday. I talked quite a lot actually, But I feel like this is like only the beginning of this conversation that's going to happen, and it's probably going to like carry on going forwards. Langers did say that he was extremely impressed with the way that the community kind of galvanized around this issue, and like, you know, the response was so strong, and it really shows that the community cares. And I think that's one positive takeaway from the whole situation. So I think those kind of things are going to become like more frequent, like weekly events. However, I think I stop by there like sometimes during the day and just kind of like turn it on, and then people pop in and out, and I can chat to them when I'm kind of want to break from like reading through trading. But it's a really nice place to just like chat with people really informally and just like get to know some more people and stuff. So it's a really cool space. I think it's going to be really successful for the community. Next we have this comment from Bossy, who was saying, anyone have Twitter analytics tool? So Maverick shared that information. So it said on the 4-hour, Rocket Pool's social measured hourly hit 50, the highest point in the last 90 days. And then he said 5-hour, I think, Rocket Pool's social contribution measured hourly hit 27, highest point in 90 days. And Rocket Pool's social mentioned by hourly hit 50, the highest point in the last 90 days. So everything on the metrics for social media integrations are kind of, the market volume as well, sorry, here, 22 minutes, Rocket Pool market volume measured daily hit 6.9 million, the highest point in the last 90 days. So this kind of stuff, like Maverick shared this information, it just shows that the community right now is like on a high point, and it's really like pushing forwards and upwards, and that's really wonderful to see. And next we have this comment from Joe. So here's a comment from Joe. So he says, for reference, since I know I'm going to get asked about this, I am from the United States and I have decided to run flashbots and the blocks route regulated relays until all of this nonsense calms down. And then he shares the information of like which ones he's using and which relays he's using. This has actually got a nice bit of discussion came up about this, about what kind of MEV extraction like tool you should be using, which relays you should be using. And it seems as if like this comment from Noshua was about, so Joe says, if and when the sanctions things get struck down and if the lawsuit is won, I'll switch. So then this person says, wait, you're not willing to go to jail so I can get the best yield possible? I'm selling everything. So yeah, and then Nick has said a really good point. He said, any US citizen that is doxed and openly running validators, especially if they have an LLC or some other entity that handles the revenues, would be insane to flaunt OFAC sanctions until more clarity arrives. And then next we have this comment here. Let me see. Okay. So Owlbear says, so you don't support an open and free blockchain? And then Joe says, I mean, I do in the sense that I give Smartnode ops a choice and they can do whatever they want. So the beautiful thing about Ethereum is that, you know, you have a choice about how you want to run your node in a way. And Joe's making that choice open to everyone, you know, and it's just some of the choices that he's making available for other people. Sadly, he can't make for himself. And that's the situation we find ourselves in. So I think it's definitely something to keep in mind and be aware of. And, you know, we as a community, I think, should respect each other's choices, especially when we live in sanctioned areas. And yeah, I think that is it's really great that Joe has built that into the Smatnode stack. Let's just leave it at that, I think, for now. Next, we have this bot that is the LSD price. So this LSD price bot shows you what the price is, what price you can buy different liquid staking derivative tokens on the open market. So 1 rETH right now costs 1.036697 ETH, and then there's wrapped ETH wrapped ST-ETH, and then there's Coinbase ETH. So you can see here that the discount available on the open market for rETH, let me try to highlight that here, is 0.184% discount. The wrapped ST-ETH has a 3.5% discount, and Coinbase ETH has a 6.7% discount. Now, this discount, since liquidity incentives went live, has been getting smaller and smaller. And as soon as that discount goes to zero, then it'll be more beneficial for people to get rETH to get liquidity incentives by minting it through the contract instead of buying it on the open market. So that's now the key thing that we're waiting for. I think there's around 1,000 ETH worth of rETH that needs to get bought up on the secondary market before that discount's totally gone. And then we can start the real fireworks in terms of how we go forward with liquidity incentives really getting their benefit. So that's something really great. I'm actually going to share this with you, so give me a second. I should have prepared this before. User, sorry, user, Superphiz, where's Superphiz? There he is. So Superphiz was starting rumour yesterday, kind of in line with what was happening in other communities. So I think I really like this. Basically, he posted a screenshot of Reddit where someone was like, Discord has rumors of Coinbase listing Rocket Pool RPL token. And he says, this is the proof if I've seen it. So it was really funny because yesterday, as all the buys were coming in, people were tagging them as Coinbase. And there's even one address called Coinbase Intern who bought and then sold, like flipped it within about 45 minutes and made a few $1,000s. But there's a really funny comment here that Superphiz said after that. He said something along the lines of, like, I've literally seen rumors get started when the person starting the rumor says, this is just a rumor that I'm starting. So it's just funny that the community yesterday was like so hyped about an exchange listing. However, we did get an exchange listing. Let me see if I can find that information. Sorry, the episode is getting really long today, but the exchange is, let me find it. It's in general, I think. Oh yeah, so we got invaded by bots because of this. So there's like some exchange, MXC something. It's a smaller exchange, but I'll find that information for you all tomorrow and try to share that with you. But yeah, we got people who sound very much like bots coming into the chat now. Like this person saying, "Hello everyone, what's going on?" Alien, and then BioBash says, "Welcome, mate." These are two people that no one's ever seen in the Discord before, by the way. "Welcome, mate. What's up with this mini pump? Is it for real or another bull trap?" And then Alien says, "Thanks, mate. Yes, the mini pump is real. Did you book the profits from it?" And BioBash says, "Nah, I wasn't sure it will hold. Though searching for potential altcoin with real use case like RPL cause the ETH upgrade is closer." Alien, so you mean to say that you're holding tightly as ETH upgrade is closer? And you are expecting it to touch new heights? And then BioBash says, "Sure, mate. I don't want to trade any coin until the upgrade is successful, though RPL's unique case has attracted my attention. That is why I'm here." So basically this person was just having a conversation back and forth with themselves. It was just really sus. It was really funny. Anyway, I guess that's what happens when the community gets bigger, and we'll have to be really diligent about this. Is as things get more popular, as Rocket Pool gets more known and gets more established, we're going to start getting more and more bots coming in, more and more shillers coming in. And we as a community will have to be really diligent to like stay aware of that and try to counteract it. It's an open community, so anyone can join. But I think we'll have to be cautious about this. So on that note, I'm going to leave you all. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow.